This is going to be a new lesson, and we're going to be starting with this new topic about polynomials. So there's some new vocabulary to keep in mind with this. A polynomial is basically a set of multiple terms, or one term. So there's some vocabulary words you should keep in mind in here. First of all, polynomials have terms. Definition of that is a number, variable, or a product of a number and variables together. So for example, in this polynomial, 3x squared minus 5x plus 9, the terms are separated by the plus signs. So any terms that are not common, they are not like terms, they can't be combined, those are each of the terms. So I have 3x squared, negative 5x is another term, and 9 is another term. So this polynomial has 3 terms. Another word to keep in mind is coefficient. That's the number in front of a variable. So the coefficients in this polynomial is 3 and negative 5. We need to include that negative since there's a negative sign in front of that. Degree has to do with the greatest exponent in the polynomial. So noting the exponents that are in these terms, I have 2. This is x to the first power, and then 9 has no variable in front of it. So it's just 2 and 1. Technically this has x to the 0, but we just have that. The greatest exponent here is going to be 2. So this polynomial has a degree of 2. And then constant, that's the number that stands alone without a variable. So that would be 9 here. Okay, another thing to keep in mind is noting the leading coefficient. So the leading coefficient is going to be the coefficient of the term that has the greatest degree here. So in this case, this is our leading term. So the leading coefficient is 3 here. And I did mention leading term. So a leading term is the term with the greatest exponent, or the degree. So it's 3x squared is its leading term. Okay, so we're going to see some more examples of this and a few other vocabulary that's in the textbook too. So note that sometimes by knowing the degree of the polynomial, you can also classify that polynomial as well. They have a name for it. If a polynomial has one term, it's called a monomial. So mono means one. Binomial, that's 2, if it has 2 terms. 3 terms means it's a trinomial, and anything greater than that for the number of terms, you can just continue calling it a polynomial. So if I find something with only one term, it would be called a monomial. Is a monomial a polynomial? Yes, it is. So any of these, they are polynomials. It's just that for polynomials with 1, 2, or 3 terms, they have special names with that. Okay, so then please keep these vocabulary in mind as you're continuing on to the next lesson.